Pedro Rodríguez, un ganador, un ídolo, un ícono del pasado y una leyenda de hoy. Un hombre que ayudó a Porsche a conquistar 2 campeonatos mundiales de resistencia a bordo del 917. Nadie mejor para recordar al héroe mexicano que el inglés Jackie Oliver. Juntos corrieron 8 de las 10 carreras del Mundial de 1971, el último año que el mundo disfrutó la magia de Pedro. Las victorias en Daytona, Monza y Spa y el título mundial los inmortalizaron. Cuando Jackie se reencuentra con el 917, los recuerdos fluyen.
Sharing cars with Pedro, of course, the most successful period that we had together was with JW Porsche. You know, this 917 Porsche was the car to have. And we won a lot of races together in that car. And the reasons why we won a lot of because the car was very good.
Una verdad que Pedro también reconocía.
Es un carro que es bastante fuerte, que no se rompe, y hemos tenido toda la temporada estos motores y nunca hemos tenido ningún problema con el motor, o sea que el carro es 100% de primera.
Un gran auto que requería un gran piloto.
He seemed to be the type of driver that would drive around a problem rather than trying to resolve it. And I think that was particularly true of long-distance sports car racing. Because in long-distance sports car racing then, not now, the reliability of the car was important. 12 hours of Sebring, 24 hours of Le Mans, 1000k race. You have to look after the cars. They weren't as strong as they are now. And I think in that regard, Pedro was better than me. So I think he was very sympathetic to the car. And if you're sympathetic to the car that he was, not only made it more reliable, made it quicker in some of the high-speed corners.
Un talento natural que florecía en la noche y bajo la lluvia. Por eso le llamaban el Ojos de Gato. Pero Pedro era más que un piloto exitoso.
Not only did he win races for Porsche, or a lot of people, but he was a nice person to work with. And I think there are 2 things. A driver that wins a race for a manufacturer like Porsche, but also is a very enjoyable person and a very personal individual to have in the team, is 2 victories. And I think Pedro managed to pass that on. And I think the teams used to like that, but they probably looked at me and thought, you're a bit of a smart ass, aren't you, really? Pedro never had that label, you see. And I think that is a credit to him. Quick behind the wheel, nice outside the wheel.
Talento dentro y fuera de las pistas y deseo de inmortalidad sin importar el costo.
Because of the risks that we were taking, it's not something that you discussed with your fellow drivers. I don't remember one occasion with Pedro where we looked at whether the risks. I think if you think the risks are too great, that's the time to stop. And I didn't want to stop, needed Pedro.
Pedro Rodríguez, el que perdió su vida en las pistas y ganó un lugar en la historia. Un héroe que el mundo aún sigue extrañando.
Pedro and I are very similar age. We started the same way, and I miss him. And I miss him because if I look back at all the cars that I drove and all the drivers that I drove with or against, Pedro was the best.